Hi, lovely people. How are you? Today, we are going to make a shirt. Yes, we're going to make a small shirt, a stylish one. I need to put my laptop on. How is everyone doing? Are you okay? Let me check something first here, then we shall begin. Yeah, I need to check something, then we shall begin. Today is a beautiful day. I've spent some time without being here. But we thank God I'm back. I was so busy, very, very busy. But glory to God. I'm back already. I'm back. So, yeah. My friend has some birthday for her baby. So I needed to make for her some dresses. So I could not come live because of that. And I was against time. So, yeah, let me see something here, then we shall begin. How is everyone doing today? Okay, so I'm here. So today we are going to draft a stylish female shirt. Yes. So we are going to start with pattern drafting. I'll get everything I need and we shall begin. So this is going to be my pattern paper, one for the front, one for the back. Then we shall use this as well. Let me put the sewing machine away and then start. So you can like the live, comment, share, yes, tell a friend, invite someone, share the link, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Yeah. So let's begin with the back pattern. I'm going to use one piece of paper for the back and one paper for the front. So I'll cut this through and start with the back. So since it's a shirt, for the back we are going to cut it on fold. So this is my beginning point. I'm going to mark this as my beginning point. So this our beginning point, we shall call it the shoulder line. It's the shoulder line. Okay. So from the shoulder line, we are going to measure. From the shoulder line, we are going to go down by 10 inches for the bust line. That's my bust line. I don't know for you. So your bust line and my bust line are different. So use your measurements, okay? Yeah, use your measurements. Right? So from the bust line, from the shoulder line to the waistline, mine is 16. From the waistline to the hip line, mine is 25. but I'll make this shirt longer than the hip line. So this is full length, okay? I'll use 29.5. Okay, I'll take that as my full length. So I'm going to come on this side as well and take my bust line again, my waistline, my hip line, and full length. So I'll make a straight line, a straight line, a straight line. You can mark up these lines as well. You can put bust line, waistline, hip line, full length. Most times my hip line is my full length, but this time I'll make it different. Okay, so I'm going to take my neckline. So I'll use a neckline of 1 inch. This is the back, and here I'll use a neckline of 3 inches. Your shoulder measurement divide by 2. Mine is 15. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. That's what I use. So on this line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. Okay, and I'm going to measure the same shoulder measurement I used here on the bust line. So it was 7.5. Then I'll come up by 2 inches, and I'll make this point here as my chest line. So this is my chest line. I feel as if my marker is not clear. Let me get another one. I use this one. Okay, let me try this one. So I'm going to connect from here to here. And I'm going to connect this as my shoulder slope. You know, our shoulders are not straight. Okay, so you might use your hand to do this, or you might use a curved ruler. So if you don't have it, I'm not so good at freehand, but if you don't have it, you can use this. If you have it, you can use a curved ruler and make this like this. So since this is our back, I'm going to measure this line, divide it by 2, and whatever I have as my midpoint, I'm going to mark it. Then get my bust measurement, divide by 4. My bust divide by 4 is 9.5. I add 1 inch as my sewing allowance, making it 10.5. So I'm going to bring this to this line, connect it to this. As I told you, if you're good at freehand, use your hand. If you're not, I'm not so good at it. Let me try curved rule. Where are my curved rulers? Okay, I'm not so good at yeah, I'm not good at freehand. Maybe it can work, but I've not. I don't like it. I think I don't. Maybe I don't like it. So I'm going to. I'll make my back dartless. I'll not put a dart in my back. So I'm going to come and measure my waist. My waist divide by, no, I'll put it that. My waist divide by 4. Waist divide by 4 is 8.5. This is my waist divide by 4. Then I'll take my hip divide by 4 is 11.5. So, and I'll take also my bust divide by 4, 9.5 plus 1 inch. So I'm going to add 1 inch on each of these lines for the sewing allowance. Okay. All right. So I'll take it in, I'll not measure. So this is my back pattern, but I want to still divide this back pattern. Okay, I'm going to split this pattern into two. Okay, so I'll measure my nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple is 7 divided by 2, which is 3.5. So I'm taking 3.5 on all these lines. So I'm coming on this line as well and dividing this line by 2. So I'll just use my measuring tape and divide this line by 2 like this. So I'll come and connect this line to my nipple to nipple measurement line. Okay, and take this straight down. I'll not put a dot, I'll just cut it as it is. So I'm going to divide this line. How much I have here is 13. 13 divided by 13. I need to check something. 13 plus 13 is 26. So I'm going to get 3/4 of 26. 3/4 of 26 is what? 26 divided by 3 is 7. 24 divided by 3 is... Wait a minute, the math is not mathing. 26. 30 divided by 3 is 10. So 27 divided by 3 is 9. 26 divided by 3 is 6 point. So I'm taking 6 point. What I don't know. Wait. 20. No, wait. It's 9. Yeah, 30 divided by 30. I said 30 divided by 30. No, I'm trying to get the mathematics. So whatever you have on this line, you multiply it by 2. After multiplying it by 2, but no, you divide after whatever you get on this line, you multiply it by 2. After multiplying it by 2, you divide it by 3. Okay, so after dividing it by 3, you come from this side. Whatever you have after dividing by 3 is what you indicate here. So I got 26, which is around 8 point something if I divide. So I'll use 9 roughly, and I'm coming from one side to here. So I'm going to connect this to here. Okay, so this is going to be my back pattern. This will be my back pattern. there is no dirt. This is how I've done it. Okay, so I will just cut it out, and that will be it. Remember, on this line we add here, we add a 0.5 sewing allowance. Okay, so I add it, and then cut. So I'm going to label this as the center back. This is the side back. Okay, so I think I should split this more. So I'm going to split on my back here. I'm going to split the down part from the upper part. So I'm going to come on my waist. On my waist, the center part of my waist. And take away 1 inch. And also take away 1 inch. But let me leave this one as it is. Okay, I'll leave it as it is, but I'll split it. I'll not take away the 1 inch. Let me just split it. So this is still center back, side back. So this part is joining on this, and this part is joining on this. Okay, so for the back we have 4 pieces, and in actual sense they are supposed to be 6 pieces. We shall cut 4 of this, and also 4 of these. Okay. So I'll put this aside. I'll come for the front cuts. So we are dealing with the front part now. And remember, we have buttons on the front. So what we are going to do, we are going to leave a button allowance of 2 inches. 2 inches are enough in most cases, okay? All right, So whatever measurements we are taking, we are starting from this side. So this is the shoulder line. So I'm taking my shoulder to bust 10, shoulder to waist 16, shoulder to hip 25, and my full length was 29.5, which is the same. So the name is, I don't know, oh my god, hey, the name is difficult. How are you doing? Who else sent me? Inshania, how are you? Laster Plank, how are you? How is life? Where are you watching me from? So I'm coming to take the same measurements here. 16, 25 full length. So I'm making these lines again. So I'm making these lines again. Mind you, this is the front. So we have shoulder line, bust, waist, hip, full length. Okay, so we are going to take Maria Antonia. Hey, Maria Antonia, how are you? Are you a pastor? Praise God. How are you doing? So we are going to take a neckline of 3 inches. Whatever neckline you took on the back, as long as the horizontal line is concerned, is the same, you take on this. Okay, so if you're not sure, you just bring this, place it. Where is the part? You just bring this and place it here, and know that, okay, this is where I took the neckline. So it is 4 inches. It is 3 inches, not 4, sorry. So I'm taking the shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 7.5. I'm taking it on this line again, 7.5. I'm coming down by 1 inch here to make a shoulder slope, like so. And from this line, I'm coming up by 2 inches to make a chest line. Remember, this is the front, and I'm joining this back here. Okay, so this is the front. For the front neckline, I'm using 3 by 3. So I'll use this my covers. I told you I'm not good at freehand. Not so good. I don't practice it as much. So this is the front neckline. We are going to take this line and divide it by 2. So I'll just do this, and knot. So I'm going to go in on this line by 0.5. 0.5 is here. So I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 4 plus 1 inch. Bust divided by 4 plus 1 inch is 10.5. That is on the chest line. I do the same measurement on the bust line. So I'm going to connect this point to this point to this point. So I'll place my curve rule and connect the 3 points together. So that's my front armhole. And now I'm going to come on my waist and take my waist measurement, divide by 2. Waist divided by 2 is 8. Waist divided by 4, not by 2, is 8.5 plus 1 inch, 9.5. I'll come on my hip line and measure my hip measurement, divide by 4, 11.5 plus 11.25 plus 1 inch, 12.25. But I want to take a dot on the front pattern. I want to take a princess dot on the front pattern. So what I'm going to do, I don't want it so tight. I'm going to take a dot of 1 inch. So on my waistline, I'm going to measure my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2. So after dividing it by 2, I'm going to make a dot of 1 inch. So my nipple to nipple measurement is 3.5. Here I'll note as well. Nipple to nipple divide by 2 is 3.5. So I'll make a straight line to connect these points together. And then on this line, I'm going to come up by I come up by 2 inches. I'll come up by 2 inches here. And on my bust measurement, I'll come up down by 1 inch. Connect okay. So I'm going to come on this, my armhole, divide it by 2. On this line, not on the first line. So I'm placing my meter here, measuring tape, and I'm rotating it around. So it's 9.25. So when I divide 9.25 by 2, this is the center. So wherever this points is where I'm going to put my line. Okay. So this is the point here. Okay. So I'm going to get my curve rule and connect these points to here like this. So after connecting, I'm going to come on this line and take 0.5 inches and 0.5 inches, meaning I'm taking a dot here of 1 inch. So I'll connect back. And I'll connect this back. So I'm going to extend this line. I'm extending this line by 1 inch. So I'll measure 1 inch here. And again, on this line, remember we've taken away here. So this dot we have to replace it. I'm going to come here and add 1 inch. Then connect back. Okay. So we are going to add 1 inch here again. After this, I'm going to take a bust dart and wait, I check 8.5 plus 1 inch. This one is this 1 inch plus sewing allowance. Okay. So this is okay. So I'm connecting these points together. So I always tell you, your pattern should not look like your neighbors or anyone else. It's your pattern. It might look like your neighbors, it might not. So I remember on this line we had 13 point what? I don't remember so well, but I remember it was 13 point something. So I'll just take this line straight down. Okay. And I'll just take this straight as well. But remember, we measured here. It was 20. We measured 8. Wait a minute. Remember, we measured something. Okay. So this line is supposed to come from here to here. Not. All right. So this line is not. You're not taking this line. You're taking the second one. Okay. So we are taking a bust dart here. I'll take just a bust dart of 1 inch. I told you I don't want it so tight. No, I don't want it so tight. So I'm just taking a bust dart of 1 inch. So this is a dart. Everywhere you see me crossing is a dart. Okay. So this is our front pattern. And on this side, this line, the pattern on the side front is shortened by 1 inch. When you're cutting, you consider that. Okay? You consider that it is shortened already by 1 inch. So what I'm going to do from my back pattern, this is my back, I'm going to come up by 2 inches. On my back, I'm coming up by 2 inches. 2 inches is here, and connecting back. So I've come up by 2 inches on my back pattern. I don't want my edges straight, okay? So I've done it like this. This is my back, remember. So I'm cutting. So since this is already short by 1 inch on this side, I'm going to come up by just 1 inch. Make sure that at the end of the day, this 1 inch plus 1 inch here is 2 inches. I hope you get me. So on this side, I'm coming up by 1 inch and connecting to here as well. All right. So when you're cutting this part, we shall put sewing allowance, but on the side we shall not add sewing allowance. All right. I'm splitting here. And I'm going to cover up this. So I'm covering up this. This is our bust darts. So we split the waist to remember that we split the waist. So this is side front, side front. So there was no dart here. So we are just cutting from here. Remember, we add a 0.5 allowance here. Center front, center front. All right. So these are our parts. You see here, we must cut it ×2. Okay. Whatever you see here, you have to cut it 2 times. And for the back part, we have to cut the center back and fold. Center back, these 2 pieces we are going to cut and fold. And remember to add sewing allowance on them. So we are going to do that. Let me get some fabric here that I'm going to use. Oh my God. me a minute. I'm checking something here before I start cutting. Okay. This is a okay. I'll first use the half pieces. So I'm going to take the upper pieces alone first. These down pieces, I'll take them aside. All right, I'll put this aside first. So I told you for each part, I need two pieces for each. Center back, we said it's on fold. So this is the center back, supposed to be cut on fold. All right. So I have to leave a joining allowance here of approximately 0.5 to 1 inch. So, and a sewing allowance of 0.5 to 1 inch as well. This scissor will not work for me. So for the neckline, you don't leave sewing allowance. Don't leave sewing allowance on the neckline, please. And remember here, we added the sewing allowance already, so we are just cutting. Okay. So this is the center back. So this is the side, back. I love seeing the labeled side. The side I labeled, so I'm turning it. So I told you for each of these pieces, you have to cut 2. Joining allowance down here. Here we don't leave sewing allowance. Remember, we already added sewing allowance on the side. So I just cut in a little, but we are not supposed to leave sewing allowance on that side. So I also don't leave sewing allowance on my armhole. If you want to leave, that's up to you. It's not a mandate. So this is our center back and our side back. This is on fold as well. So I'm cutting 2 pieces. This is plastic bag. It does not have a straight grain or cross grain. You just cut. But if it's for fabric, you check. Yeah, if it's with real fabric, you have to check. Is there an elastic side? You have to check all that. Okay. So for this, I really don't care. It's the same. I told you we have joining allowance down and some sewing allowance on the side. When we reach here, I really don't have sewing allowance here. I told you don't mind for plastic bag. It doesn't have, but because this looks like cutting on bias. Since it's plastic bag, no problem, okay? But don't do it for other fabric. It will distort how your cloth will come out. All right. Okay. So the upper parts are over. We are going on this down parts. What I want to do for this is I want to multiply this by 2. This by 2. Which side should I use? Okay. You can multiply it by 2, by 3, depending on what you actually want. So as for me, I'll multiply it. Okay, let me take it by 3. 3 inches, 3 times. So I'm going to take, let me just measure. This is 3 point something something. 3 point. So I have 9 point. So I'll take it here. So I'm leaving this part because it's not enough and it's not a straight line. So I'm going to multiply each of my pattern by 3. So I'm making a straight line here because I'm going to cut. This line is straight, here is straight. So this multiplied by 3 was 9.5 something. So this is the point. Okay. So remember, we need 2 pieces of these. So I'll pin. So remember to add some sewing allowance down. Down you leave hemming allowance. And up joining allowance. And this was straight here. And for this side, we have to add some sewing allowance. Okay. So this is the center back. 2 pieces. I messed up. I messed everything up. I was supposed to cut this on fold. I was supposed to cut this on fold. So what do I do? What do I do? This was supposed to be on fold. How did I forget? Our center back is on fold. So this was supposed to be on fold. So I'll just put it on fold. Mikaya's, how are you doing, my dear? How is life? So this is fold. Okay. This is already on fold. So I'm just going to place this here like this. Now I don't know which is the upper part, which is the down part. Okay. So I'll just cut. That is center back. So this is what side back. We said we are multiplying this by 3. So 6 times 3 is what, 18? Yeah, it's 18 inches. So 18 inches. So I'm first placing this here. Why I place this here? Because this line is not straight. Yeah, so I had to place here and first align it. So from here, this is times 2. And again, I'll flip again. This is times 3. I hope I have the times 3 or times 3. Because if it's not times 3, let me try to see. It's not. Okay. Somehow it's almost. So it was 6, which is 18. So this is the point. This is the center back, mind you. So I will, so it's supposed to be cut in this order. and okay. Remember, there is hemming allowance down. This is now our center. Side back. The center front also is supposed to be cut on fold. So this side we have unfold. So we say times, no, center front is not supposed to be cut on fold. We are supposed to cut 3 pieces. So approximately this is the place. Use chalk on your fabric, please. Use chalk, use chalk, use chalk. Oh, they are erasable markers, eh? Yeah. If you write on your fabric, some markers are permanent. You write on it, you cannot undo whatever you've written. So this is too much, I think. When we are measuring, we are not supposed to measure this. So wait a minute. I made a mistake. 1, 2, 3. This is supposed to pass here, then the other way around. So I just add in like a small allowance. Okay, so this is the center front, and now we are going to do the side front. Remember, times 3. This is not enough. This is the dress I cut and did not sew. My dears, if you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Yes, I always go live almost every day. I'll say almost, not every day, but almost every day. so you've been notified when I go live. So I told you times 3 of this. So here we had a dot, and when you place this straight, you can see that there is a curve. So before anything, we are going to first cut this part and show where the curve passes. So this is what I'm going to do first. This is joining allowance. So I'll first do this. You're supposed to have a data allowance here, a sewing allowance in the middle, but I'm going to add it on the extreme end. So okay, times 2, and finally times 3. So when I reach here, I'm going to add 1 inch. That 1 inch will cover up the sewing allowance on the front. Already this side, on the side, we are not adding sewing allowance, so it's okay. You take 1 inch on this side and we come down here and we curve. So I made an error here, but I'll just take it like this. Alright, we are done with the cutting. We have finished cutting our shirt. So the remaining part is the sewing part. So I'll take away whatever I don't need and start joining. So for the collar, we shall first join and see how much we need for the collar. So it's important to leave these patterns on because it is easy to get confused. This is the side back. This is the center back. Okay. So I'm just arranging which part to put where. This goes here. And this goes here. So I'll start with the back part. Okay. So remember the back is on fold. This is our back. The plastic has no wrong or right side. So whichever side you get is the right side, and whichever side you get is the wrong side. So you don't mind so much about that. If you're dealing with fabric, you have to be careful. So this is how we are arranging. So I'm going to sew this first. Okay. Pin if you can pin. If you have the pins, pin. I emphasize pin. Okay. Pin. And remember the sewing allowance you left. If you left 1 inch, so at least 0.75. If you left 0.5, you sew the 0.5 out. So if you're dealing with fabric, you have to open your seams, iron them very well. Okay. Open the seams before anything and iron them. So as I told you, open the seams, press them, and that's it. You open them, press. Okay, so this is our back. Whatever I finish, I put aside. So this is the down part. This is the center part. Remember, we have one on fold and another not on fold. So we are using the part that is on fold. So this is the part on fold. Remember, we multiplied this by 3. Okay, so we are going to get this part as well. There are 2 pieces and we are going to join them together. So mind the sides that are, you see, we had sides, the side and the center part. So we are joining the center part to the center part and the side part, the side part. So we are joining this like this. So you have 2 options on how to join this. You can decide to join these parts before. You can decide to join these parts. The center part, you join it before joining the waist part, or you can do what I'm doing. So like, let's say this is the side part. You first join the up and the down part, the up and the down part, the up and the down part, then join them on the seams. But that's not what I did. I'm opting for this. So I'm going to join this side as well. So we are going to try that option maybe on the front part. Yeah. So this is what we have. And now I'm going to run a straight stitch. I'm going to run a straight stitch across this line like this. You can run 1 or 2. So I'll run 1 or 2. Tell me, I run how many? 1 or 2? You run a straight stitch. Yeah. So I think it's better to run 2. It's better to run to the gathers will be multiplying. So it's better I run 2, but I'll run 1, eh? I run 1, but it is better. It is better. It is better you run 2. But in my case, I'll run 1. Yeah. Don't blame me. This is not real fabric, so yeah, I'll run 1 just. If it was fabric, I will run 2. But since it's plastic, I'll run 1. It will be enough. That's the issue here. So whichever way you do it, you must make sure that at the end of the day, the waist you have is the same waist on the upper part. And another thing you must make sure is this, the seams are in alignment. You see these seams? They must align by all means. No excuse. No excuse. The seams must be in alignment. So whatever you do, you must make sure that your seams are placed right. So that is for sure. No, I didn't know. I didn't understand. No. There is nothing like that here. It has to be aligned, whether you like it or not. Alright. So when you open up here, you must see that everything is in the right order. And then here as well, it must be aligned well. All right. So if you see that everything is in the right order, you can continue to sew. So you can go ahead and sew. I like sewing on this pleated side. Yeah. So I'm done with the back part. I'll cut off all the excess threads. I think the lines are okay. All right. So I'll go on the front part. You just want to notch the bust line. That's all. Now I know how to place so you can pin the whole of your dart, that your princess dart. Remember the sewing allowance you left. It's very important. If you left 1 inch, sew it out. I feel as if I messed up somewhere. Hey! I messed up somewhere, maybe in this dart. Sewing a princess dart needs you to be steady. You need to be steady, and you need to have the experience to sew it. Another thing, you need a tailor's arm to iron. So notch, but don't cut. You need a tailor's arm to iron out these darts so well. Iron it out. So it's important to pin your darts. I will not pin mine, but you're supposed to pin. So I think this is more perfect than the first one. Yeah. But either way, we shall use this. We shall go with this. You can see this has tried to balance here more than the first one. But anyway, I'll trim it a bit. And here, if it was fabric, I could have redone it, but this plastic, you try to redo, you split. Okay. So now we are going to deal with our pieces. Hey, I had said that I'll join in the other way, but I didn't. Sorry about that. So what's this? Oh, this is the side front. Okay, this is the side front, and this is the center front. So one part is supposed to be straight. Where is the piece? One end is straight and one end is a bit curvy. So this is the straight part. It's supposed to be like this. Wait, what is confusing me? What is confusing me? One part is straight, one is not straight. So which is the straight part? This is the straight part. Okay, so it's supposed to be like this. Okay, and this is supposed to be like this. So this is going to join here like this, and this as well is going to be joined to here. Okay. So we are going to do the same thing, straight stitch. As we said, seam to seam. So you must make sure that you seam is in alignment. Okay, so I have to bring it and place it here and pin. Whoosh. My goodness. Oh my goodness. The pin pinned me. Here they can English. The pin pinned me. I'm going to sew a straight stitch. I backstitched here. I just understood when I was saying. Let me use this side. Hey! Oh my God. Oh my God. I'll take it again. All right. So first we are going to join the shoulder line. This is our back. We are going to join it to our front. You must make sure there is alignment on the waistline. So let's join the shoulder line. Right. So this is what we now have. We are going to measure our neckline. So you're getting your measuring tape and measuring around your neckline. It's 20.75. 20.75. I'll take it again. Most times I get 19. At this time it's 20.75. So I'll take it one more time and see what I get this time. This time I got 21.25. Okay, I'll use 21. 21.25 and 20.75. I'll use 21. 20. Huh? 20 point. Okay, I'll use 21, which is my average. Like you're supposed to measure it all and use the measurement you got. So I'm going to use 21 to cut my my collar. So 21 divided by 2 is 10.5. 10 point 21 divided by 2 is how many? 21 divided by 2 is 10.5. So I'm folding this in. I'm going to cut the collar and the collar stand on fold. I'm going to cut direct in my fabric. So it's 21. It's 10.5. Yeah, so this is 10.5 here. Where is my marker? 10.5. I'm adding 0.5 for sewing allowance. Okay. So I want my collar to be how many inches? Make it big, 3.5 or 3, 3.5 or 3, whatever you want. So I'm making it 3.5. So I'll also come here and take 3.5. Need my straight ruler. Where is it? Where is my straight ruler? Huh? Where did I put the straight ruler? I don't see it. Let me use this. Wait, I need. Okay. So this is my collar. 3.5, I suppose. 3.5 is here. 3.5 inches. So I'm going to cut my collar stand as well. So I'll leave a space here and cut my collar stand. So I'm going to just leave this space in between. So where my collar stand will start from. So from this center part, I'm going to measure half. Remember, we divided whatever we had. Wait. Whatever we had 10.5. We added 0.5 inches. So it's this. So we are going to come up from the center, from this center by 0.5 inches. And then divide again this. Divide this by 2. Remember, it was 10.5 plus 0.5 for sewing allowance. So we are going to get this. So we curve in from the center to the quarter point. So we get half of this and divide it again by half. So we curve in here. And again, I said we are going to measure our collar from here. So we are going to measure 1 inch. Our collar stand is going to be 1 inch. 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. So we are going to go up again by 0.5. And also from this line, go up by 0.5. And we are going to curve to the this is the point we used. So we are going to curve to this center point. And also from here we are going to cover to the 1 inch. And from here to the rest of this, it is going to be straight. I don't know if you have got me. So let me explain. I said my collar is going to be 3.5 inches. So I measured 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches, which is this point, and 3.5 inches from here is this point. So after measuring 3.5 inches, I came in from the center, this folded part. I came up by 0.5 inches. Then I curved this to the center, halfway of this, what we have measured. So for the collar stand, also, I measured the collar stand to be 1 inch, 1 inch. You can see it's 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay. So after measuring it 1 inch around, I also from the center went up by 0.5, and from the center up here also went up by 0.5, and also made a collar stand which is 1 inch as well. Okay, I hope you get me. So when you're cutting your collar, you have to add 0.5 inches down here, and when you're cutting your collar stand, you're supposed to add 0.5 inches on this line, also down here, as sewing allowance. Okay, so on your collar stand, here, you're going to come in. Remember, it was 11 inches. I have to make sure it's now 11 inches. So you come in by 0.5 and curve this, take it up to this 0.5 inches. But for the real collar, I have to measure, and I make sure that I have 11. So 11 is here. 11 is 10.5. Remember, we divided 21 by 2. 10.5 plus 0.5. The 0.5 is sewing allowance. So we have 11 altogether. So on down on this line, we are going to come in by 1 inch. On the collar stand, you come in by 0.5. On the collar itself, you come in by 1 inch and connect it back to here. After doing that, you cut out your collar and your collar stand. I hope you got me. So to cut right, I'm going to pin. Remember, around you add 0.5 inches. Okay, you add 0.5 inches. And the reason I'm not adding it here, already I added it. Remember, it was 11.5. 10.5 I added, and it made 11.5. So here we are supposed to have the 11. The 10, it made 11. So here we are supposed to have, we have 10.5 plus this, which makes it 11.5. So I'm going to come, remember I said we are adding 0.5 sewing allowance. I'm going to add it. And when you're cutting your collar stand, cut and interfacing the same size as your collar stand pattern. Okay, so when you're cutting the interfacing, you must cut it this side, this size. Don't cut the sewing allowance and the collar stand. Just cut the collar pattern itself. I hope I'm understood. So here as well, I'm going to come in like this and assume this is 0.5 inches. I'm assuming this is 0.5 inches. So you must place the interfacing, iron it well, and that's it. For the collar, I'll just take it like this. Okay, remember we add some sewing allowance here also, but just going to cut it from here as it is supposed to be. So I'm taking this to be my sewing allowance. Okay, so that's it. This is it. So this is how it is supposed to be. This is my collar stand, this is my collar. So I'm going to open it up and show you. Remember, we cut it on fold. This is like this. This is the center part. So some cut their collar like this straight. That is completely your freedom. You can cut it straight. You can cut it the way I've cut it. There are some who cut it straight. You can try either ways. Yeah. Personally, I prefer cutting it like this. But even if you cut it straight, it's not a crime. Okay? Yeah. So this is it. This is how it is supposed to be placed. And this is the center. So now what we do, we're going to do like this and pin. So if you're not conversant with sewing this part here, remember it's not straight. Sometimes it's challenging to sew. You can cut yours straight as I told you. So you don't need to bother yourself. So you make sure you align everything very well. Okay, and make sure the center is in the center. That one you have to be sure. Okay, so after this, you've done this, you're going to pin. You can pin your collar. So take it slow as you pin. And if you're dealing with fabric, you can fold in the 0.5 inches, especially on this part that is going to this side. Take it carefully as you pin. Okay. Remember, our fabric is luxurious, eh? Yeah, it is luxury fabric, so sometimes it's not as what? It might not come out as straight, and even we cannot even iron it. So sometimes it's challenging, but either way we go. Either way we go. I always forget this, please. I always forget this. I don't know why. I don't know why. I always forget this. Oh my God. Repeating work, I hate that. Oof. You're supposed to come here and close these sides. I forget this a lot. I think because I'm using plastic bag. I have to thread as well. I forget this so much. I don't know why. No minute I've forgotten. Carol, how are you? Where are you watching from, my dear? Thank you for coming to this live. Yes, please subscribe as well. Hit the notification bell if you haven't done so. Yeah. So we had forgotten this step. You come here, you sew this. Remember we left the 0.5, eh? So you have to sew that 0.5 out. Quentes, how are you? Is it Quentes? Is the name Quentes? Huh? Sometimes names are too hard for me. Fuentes de Fablas. Hey! Oh my goodness. The name is a whole chapter. How are you doing, my dear? So we have finished sewing there. So then we shall go to the step we had not done. It's important you notch the center to know which is the center, but here you can just see and know that this is the center. Mm-hmm. Okay, we are done with our collar. So I'm going to sew like this. So you can sew from the center, or you can sew as I've done. So I'm going to come from one side to the other. Remember, we left the 0.5 inch sewing allowance. My goodness. So you have to press, please. Please and please. Please, oh. You have to press. Yeah. But since this is this fabric is known to be pressed, we are going to leave it like this. Oh my goodness. You see? I had some issues here, but I'm not repeating anything. Yeah. So you have to be careful when sewing. Very careful that you get everything right. Okay. So this is our call. I got some issues here, but as I told you, I'm not repeating anything. So for this, our collar stand, we are not going to do it as the normal collars, because I don't intend to put buttons on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to measure how long this is. This is 6.5. So I'm going to get 2 pieces. I'm going to get 2 pieces of fabric. So for that allowance we left as our button allowance, I'm just going to cover it up with something. Because I don't intend to use buttons. So we had 26 divided by 2 is what, 13? Okay, 13. I'll use this line like this. This is not 26, it's 24. I need 26 complete. 26. Okay, let me cut 26 on one line and 26 on the other line. So I'll cut 126 here, 26.5. So I'm going to use, so I'll use 27. I'll cut 27. I'm going to cut 2 inches. Remember we left 2 inches for the buttons, but as I told you, I'm not going to use it. Reason being, I've gathered I've made gathers on my lower part, so it will not come out as I want it to. So that's why I opt for this method. So I'm going to come on this side and cut 26 again. Give me a minute. So we have finished cutting our 2 pieces, and if you have an iron, you press, you get 1 and 0.5 inches, you press it off. Zero 0.5 on all sides. Okay, and get 0.5 also, and use your iron and press it as well. So this is not exact. I'm just measuring using my eyes. So it's just an estimation. Oh my god, I've spoiled it. Yay! So you do the same for this part. The only reason I'm doing this is because the lower part of my dress is gathered. My shirt is gathered, so I need something uniform from up to down. If I use the parts that I left, already it's gathered, so I'll not get it right on the bottom. So that's why I decided to use this. So I'm trying to show you, if you're pressing and you using real fabric, measure and press. Okay, press. So after taking away the 0.5 on each side, you shall have like 1.5 here for the button, and the button, this is bigger than 1.5. So I'm going to use this and put it here. I must make sure that this center part, because if I put this on the extreme end, it means my shirt is going to become bigger, which I don't want. So I must make sure that this part here and everything is on the center part. So when I cover up like this, I have, it has not increased in the what, the measurement has not increased. Is that the right English? Yeah, I don't want my shirt to become large or larger. Yeah, so I place this right in the center here, like this. Okay, so you can as well just sew this. can sew this here like this, up to down. That also works. I think it might even work better. You might sew this up to down. You might come here and sew a straight line up to down. Then after doing that, that's when you can come in here like this and fold and sew again. So whatever works for you. Okay, there is no one way to everything. There are many ways. So yeah, you can do that. So I think let's do that. Just to place it right. Just doing this to have it right. But if you can also, this is going to be wastage of time. Something that will save you time is having hemming gum. If you're using fabric and you have hemming gum, you can go on your iron, place the hemming gum on it, and it will stick. Iron it well, it will stick very well. Then you don't have to first sew and then sew again. That will save you time. Okay, so as you're sewing, make sure you capture both sides. Let me just do this to save time. Huh? So we are going to do the same for this side, and then we shall place the collar, and that will be it. So we are going to get the center. Over neckline. and get the scent of our color as well. First, you're going to place your collar like this. Place this on the center here. And pin around. Okay. Now these are luxury fabric, eh? Yay! Sometimes it's luxury ink. So Sharon, how are you, Sharon Index? So after that, we are going to now come in here and sew. Remember, we left a sewing allowance of 0.5. You remember that? And I told you if you're using fabric, you can iron it in the sewing allowance. You can press it and press it in. So you have to make sure that this center here is on the center. Remember, we notched it. Okay? So you have to close this as well. Yeah, so we are going to close, but I got some issues here. You see, plastic does this a lot, so you have to try as much as you can. But fabric does not do this, but plastic, it wrinkles most times. So try to pull it out. But I'll not bother so much about that since it's just for study purposes. So I'm going to fold this in and sew. So it's like top stitching, huh? We're going to stitch on top. So on that same line that you sewed at first is where you're going to sew this as well. So be careful, fold in as you go. And if you're using fabric, you can fold it in, put on a hemming gum, press, and then just sew straight, because at that time it will be so easy. So whatever works for you. I already said that whatever works for you, there is no one formula for all. Okay, so our collar is done. It's not as straight, but yeah, it's not as bad as well. So this is our collar. Now we have to put our sleeves and then join the seams together. Okay. Let me check the sleeves I need. I don't know where I placed my glue. So I'm going to make my sleeves. I'll put a starting point. This is my starting point. Where is my measuring tape? Okay. So I'm going to measure 4 inches for my sleeve cup. And then I want my sleeves to be 9. I'll take 9 inches. So on this line, I'm going to take my bicep measurement, divide by 2. So my bicep divided by 2 is 7.5. I'll add 1.5 inches. Is 7.5 plus 1.5 inches, which is 9 inches. So I'm going to come here, divide by 2, come 4 inches here, and on this 4-inch mark, I'll divide by 2. So I'm going to come from up here and pass through this point, and after passing through that point, I'm going to connect to this. Hi Jose, how are you? Dolores, how are you? Aberash, hey, a lot of people said hello, I didn't see. Sorry. So I'm going to use this. I told you I'm not so good at freehand. I'll just come like this to this point and turn this now and do this. Okay, so it's not a crime if you're not a free-hander. All right, so here I'll take this point, my edible measurement. It's what I use on this. It's divide by 2 is 5.5. Okay, but I'll take 6 plus 1.5, which is 7.5. So this is my sleeve. I like putting my sleeves on before sewing the side seams. It's easier for me that way. Though there are some people who find the other way easier, but I find that easier for me. Yeah, everyone has their own preference. So whatever is easy for you, do that. Do that. Whatever I find easy is what you should do. So I have my sleeves here. They are going to be short sleeves, so I'm going to place them on and I told you for this, you don't have right side and wrong side. So you see this point is the center. There is a line here. This is the center line. If not, you can notch and know that this was the center and this was this. So to be sure that your sleeve fits, to be sure, you have to pin it around. Sometimes you can find the sleeve is bigger or the armhole is bigger. Yeah, but it is better that the sleeve is bigger than the armhole, because by that you know that your measurements, it's not good to cut on the bodies. So if you're not sure of your pinning, you can start from the center and sew, and start from the center as well and sew. So if you're not sure of what you pinned, remember we left a sewing allowance of 1.5, which is too much. You see, it's too much, but I leave it like that because most times you can find it's better to have a bigger sleeve than a small sleeve. If the small is big, the sleeve is small, and your measurements are actually on the bodies, then there is no way you're going to decrease. But you can decrease the sleeve if it's too big. So watch out for that as well. So I'm going to sew from one end to the other. Since I pinned, and I'm sure I pinned well, I'm going to sew from one end to the other end. If you did not pin well, you can start from the center going to the side. So remember to notch, 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 notch. Okay. The other side as well. Center to the center, center of the sleeve to the center of the sleeve. If you're going to sew at once, make sure you pin right. you notch on this line as well. Okay. Please notch. Okay, so we're on the almost the last step. We're almost finishing. So when we come here, make sure that these lines are in alignment. This and the waistline. By all means. Told you there is no excuse. If you don't pin them, it's very easy to find out at the end of the day that they are not straight. So pin them before you start sewing. I messed up stitches here. Oh my goodness. I have to go back and redo. So that's the beauty of pinning. If you pin, that would have been captured, but since I didn't pin that part, some threads, some part was hit. it looks like I've finished. Let me check how much time I spent. Okay. So I'm at the end of this video. Yeah. Hey, I've taken 3 hours. 3 hours sewing this. So you hem your shirts. Though I'll not hem mine. You have to hem yours. So that's it for today. I'm done. There is a little alignment here because I think the sewing allowance, I put the joining allowance was small. So, yeah. So you can put buttons on yours. I don't like buttons on mine. And you have to weave the inner part. Yeah. So this is it. That's what we had for today. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm done with my shirts. And you must make sure that when you place this here, the waist is in alignment, okay? Yeah. So we are done for today. This is all we did today. And yeah. Until next time, thank you everyone who has come to watch this live. I cannot say thank you enough. Shout out to Shania, Lester Plank, Maria Antonia, Mikayas, Dolores. Some names are not so easy. Dolores. Oh my goodness. Joseno Friend Rodrigo. Abera Sheikh Tadeus. Hey, Carol Kefe. Quintus de Fabra. Oh my goodness. And Sharon Index 254. Thank you everyone who has watched. I love you so much. I cannot even tell how much, but so much. Just know that it's so much. So that's what we had for today. Until tomorrow, probably tomorrow, please like, share, comment. If you have a request video, you can tell me in the comment section of any video and tell me, can you please do me this video? I will do the video if I know what to do. If I know what you requested for, and if I don't know, maybe I can do some research and still do it. Yeah. because I do most especially tutorials on this channel. So I love you so much, and subscribe in case you haven't subscribed. Hit the notification bell in case you haven't done so, and have a good morning, good night, good evening. I don't know where you're watching from, but whatever the time is, good that. Okay, so yeah, that was it today. I have to throw away something, some cotton paper. Good night. It's night here in the UAE. Yeah, it's night. It's one what? It's 1:38 here. It's past midnight. So I don't know there what's the time there. Life so sweet with you. Okay, I think I have to go now. I'll upload the shot of this, how this you'll check out on my channel tomorrow. I'll upload a shot of how this shirt came out. You'll see how when I put it on. I usually upload shots for the dresses or the shirts or whatever I've made. I upload the shots. So check on me tomorrow. Yeah. And I emphasize, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. There is no way you've been notified without hitting the notification bell. So do so. And keep yourself updated. All right. Bye bye.